Kyle here from All Media Reviews. I'm here to do a video this morning. It's like 6:30, 6:45 in the morning. I have this weird habit of doing that now, but well, today is the wake and visitation, and getting stuff ready, pretty close to everything. But I thought, because I have to, she's Joyce is gonna be, you know, she's going, stuff's going with her, and I got to give it um, to the funeral home today, so I thought I'd show that stuff and talk a little bit about it. So, why don't I just talk about the most important piece, and that's this thing. This is her copy of Daydream Believer, or Daydream Believer and Going Down, actually. And as you can see, it's signed by all four members. So she requested that no one's gonna ever have this, and she's gonna be with it. So unfortunately, what's gonna happen to this record? Um, is it will probably just turn to, oh, geez, the sleeve's even a little torn. I should get a different sleeve for it, maybe. I don't know. It will eventually just turn to dust. It's too bad. I thought about maybe getting like um, a glass case for it, but that wouldn't matter. So yeah, I mean, Cold Gems. Here's the record itself. And it's signed by all four members. Daydream Believer, as I mentioned, is not a song she really cared that much for, even though it's one of the two most um, known and famous and played songs by the Monkees, written by, I believe, Neil Diamond. She got this, from my memory, I think, pretty sure what she told me. It was inside like another record, like a copy of maybe The Bird and the Bee or something like that. It's a Davy song, Going Down is Mickey. I forget who wrote it, Going Down, but she got all four of their signatures, and I actually have some things to show that go along with that. But the value of this, I don't know, when from a monetary standpoint right now in 2025, or she got it. The last one I can sort of mention that with Mickey Dolenz signed, that was like 2014, something like that. So it's almost been 10 years, or it's been over 10, whatever. It's been 11. But a standard 7-inch copy of Daydream Believer, Cold Gems, would probably, it's worth like $20, $25, maybe. So having the signatures could be a couple $100. I don't know. It's really, of course, what, from a monetary standpoint, only worth what. Yeah, I should get a new case for this maybe, but it's really only worth what someone's willing to pay for it, of course. But I would think a couple $100, potentially even $400 or $500 maybe, if we were on like Antique Roadshow or Collector's Call or something like that, they might say. But so I believe the story was like, okay, there's this photo which I posted, and it was Shane, I think, friend Shane had, but this was in, gosh, I think that when she met Davey, and I think she got him to sign it then. So this was like mid 2000s, maybe. Yeah, around that time. It was before she had braces, you can tell. But Davy Jones. This photo, I think I'm gonna keep though. I'm not putting that down. So that was the first one she got, and then I think this one, the second one, I'm pretty sure. And she saw Peter solo. So maybe that was like, maybe it wasn't mid 2000s, maybe it was early 2000s. Because I can't remember when she saw Peter, but so this is like early 2000s, maybe even late 90s. Kind of weird. She was buying vinyl all the way back then, but she could have been, I guess. She got it like at a half price books, whatever that copy of like the Bird and the Bee or whatever. So then the second one she got, To Joyce Love Peter Tork, was Peter. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not certain of that, but I'm pretty sure she got this signed when she saw Peter solo. And he only did like one. Peter Tork only has one solo album. I mean, Davy Jones has several, but not like it was in the 70s. Um, and Mickey sort of as well. I think he had a few other records that were released later, but Peter Tork, the musician of the band, like even more than Michael Nesmith, Peter Tork was the musician's musician. He had the experience. He's a multi instrumentalist. You think he would have had more releases? He only had the one solo album that came out in like mid '94. like a blues thing. But she saw him. He toured sometime maybe early 2000s at the Fine Line. So I'm not certain that's when she got the signature from Peter Tork here, but I'm just thinking it would have been maybe it was at a Monkey show she saw him afterwards possibly, or like a signing. But that those details only Joyce really would know, because I don't think her mom would remember, and unless Shane was with her rather. But yeah, so this picture. So the other two, of course, Michael Nesmith, she got to sign it after she had those two when I was with her when she met him in person. Second time we saw him in 2013, St. Paul here, and then the last one was at that Mickey Dolan show. It was like it was this. No, it wasn't the show we went to. She forgot to bring it when the same day I saw Anathema later in the day in the evening, but at Grand Casino Hinkley. It was when we went to Turtle Lake, and I want to say that was 2014 or 2015, even 2015. So it's been like 10 years when she got Mickey to sign this. So that's kind of the story. So I can show a few more things that are going to be. It kind of reminds me of I can show my two little. I mean, they're not cherished. It's not some that degree, but they go back a ways. These two little rare discs. She's not going to be buried with them though. But my Dream Theater, "Take Away My Pain." I've been thinking about that song anyways. The demo version and "Speak to Me." Um, Little mini disc, a sort of rare item, and then Walnut of the Well. What is it? Part the second, not part the secret song rather live. Secret song live. The little things that I keep separately. But it kind of reminds me of how like she's always kept this record separately as a separate item for obvious reasons. You don't want to like lose it or misplace it or have it get mixed in her stuff. But yeah, these I don't keep with my normal CDs, and the CD just it's A to Z. They would be showed. Maybe they will be shown again. The Model of the Well, the Dream Theater. I got this fallen into the Japanese import of Fallen into Infinity in '97. But yeah, take away my pain. The lyrics are, you take away my hero, you can take away my pain. I can feel the same way about Joyce right now. Um, and I can mention that it's gonna be on Tuesday, so tomorrow at the actual funeral service, the two songs we're gonna play. We're gonna have a playlist for her at a later time. Unfortunately, it's not gonna work too well, but we are playing the song she played at our the ceremony for our wedding, "Life Becoming" from Michael Nesmith, which is on the Garden. I don't know what the artwork is for this. She got it somewhere, maybe. I don't know. From 1992, that concept album, and then her favorite song, literally her favorite song of all time, from George Michael, or from Wham rather, "Everything She Wants," which was a single, and be able to find that. I'll be showing that maybe on some of the video series. So the other things I have here, there's the sunglasses are downstairs. I didn't grab those, but we're gonna be, having her go with. I don't have the ashes for her dog Coco, our little puppy, who's on a few videos we did, back in the 2010s. But I do have the ashes of Latte, and you can see this is. I'm not going to show the actual ashes. They're in this container. It's in a nice little box, and this is Latte. I have my coworker made a bunch of these pins. Cat we rescued per se, rescued or took in. He still wanted to be on our cat Latte in 2020. We met him in like actually 2019 when we first bought this place. The fall, I think we saw him hanging around the mailboxes down the road. But um, then he started coming around. Then when our dog Coco, we had Coco, who's going to be going with her as well. He over here at times I'd walk Coco outside to do her business, and Latte was bugging Coco. And she wanted to take Latte in, feed Latte. Latte we thought was a girl, but was a boy. The skinny little cat, and had to be put down in 2022. Still, that's been hard for me at points. The album from Family Crest, the War Act 2, came out literally the day after he was put down. I always think about him when I hear that record now. It's weird, but yeah, he's been sitting here. He only knew this neighborhood, so Latte, you're gonna be with your mother, and I'll be seeing. Speaking of Kitty crying, but Latte, Um, yeah. So, and then this blanket that a couple of her friends gave her, we're gonna include this with her. It's a Hello Kitty blanket. It's really soft and new in some ways, but just to give her, something to be with, her per se. So, those are the things that are going to be going with Joyce. And then when I go to the cemetery every day, they'll be down there every day. But when I go there, I'm probably going to go there like I think I mentioned on Saturdays. If I go to Shabbat services, and then that's going to mean I'm going to be dressing up frequently, but I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, all this stuff, unfortunately, it's going to be hard to part ways with. But you know, the photos I don't think I'm going to put in there though, because it gets to be too much. We wanted to simplify it, but this thing, have this video recording now to show it. There's photos of her with it. I took a photo the other day with it, but no, it's the monetary value doesn't matter. The symbolism of having it with her to remember. I'm gonna be keeping her wedding rings actually, as I've changed my mind. I'm gonna probably wear it on like a chain or a necklace or something like that. But no, I mean this meant a ton to her, despite the fact, ironically, it's not a song she really likes. I mean, going down, I think she thought was okay. The song wasn't like burned out, but yeah, it's with her, so something that meant so much to her, and she said that. But and the memories, of course, when I was with her, she got to complete this, and it's like you know, not too. There's a lot of life or Monkees fans that never actually got this opportunity to meet them and to have something signed by all four of them. So, but it's just a piece of it's paper and whatever the material. It's more of like sentimentality and something that really meant to her that I met and got all four Monkees to sign something, and so. And while her spirit and her energy won't be down there, everything that it represents, maybe her energy is going to be going back and forth to that space, which is not that far from here. It's in St. Paul where she's going to be. You know, we'll never forget it. And so, Joyce, this is yours. This is what this is one. Not, I mean, I don't know if it's her favorite record she ever got. You could say in some ways, given the signatures, it would be, but it's more unique, more significant for someone. There's probably people that were Monkees fans in the '60s that never got all four. There are people that probably have done that. It's too bad we didn't have multiple things. We have a lot of her records that were signed by, especially Michael Nesmith, which I'm not sure if we're gonna part with giving her to her friend Michael. Maybe, maybe not. Some of those I might want to just keep because those meant a lot to her as well. So, but this one, yeah, we'll never see it again, unfortunately, and then eventually it will just be dust. But then again, I don't know, 50 years from now or 30 years from now, I'm not around either, probably. Maybe 30 years from now. If you were to look in down there with her, with what remains, it probably will be more or less dust in a different frame. So it will be the dust from this sucker will be with the dust with her body and everything like that. So yeah, that's kind of it. But today's the first day. Tomorrow is I'm still kind of tweaking. I got to email my aunt about it, but the eulogy and everything and the slideshow is going to be showing later today at the visitation. So hopefully everything works technologically. So, but anyway, that's kind of the story. What's going on? But thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.